Good morning everyone. I'm B.PRASANTH of 2018 batch and my topic is training and pruning methods of mulberry plantation. Training a mulberry. What is training? This is a type of pruning performed to achieve a desirable result. Training is a plan or systematic approach in cutting specific areas of plants when they are young itself to achieve a desirable size and shape. There are two types of training in mulberry plantation. Number one is fixed form of training. In this type of training, the pruning is done at the point where the shoot emerges. This is repeated each time when the pruning is done, and as a result, the width of the top portion of the trunk increases while the height remains the same. Thus, it forms a closed fist shape at the edges. Hence, it is called as fixed form of training. When we coming to number 2, non-fixed form of training. In this type of training, the pruning is done slightly above the budding shoot, so the height of the plant increases gradually without forming a fist. Hence, this type of training is called non-fixed form of training. Mulberry plants grow into large trees. However, when mulberry plants are cultivated, proper pruning of the plant is carried out within the range where the physiological functioning of the plants are not adversely affected. The aim of the pruning is to obtain the higher yields of the leaves with better quality. There are different types of pruning. Under fixed form, low cut, medium cut, high cut, and under non-fixed form, low cut, Ono-Style, medium cut, Yamagata-Style, high cut, Akita or European style. And when we discuss about the low cut pruning, in this low cut pruning, after planting a sapling, there are cut at the positions of the third bud of the year, and the youngs are allowed to grow next spring before the sprouting. These shoots are cut leaving 3 to 4 buds at the lower part. This step is called the stumped fixation, and the shoots left behind become the sprouting trunks. From each stem, 7 or 8 shoots grow. The plants are harvested in the third year for use in the rearing of the young silkworms in spring. This step is known as the fixed harvest after planting. Thereby, year after year, the plants are cut and used for rearing of silkworms in different seasons. Second, Ono-Style cutting. This cutting method is low trunk cutting of non-fixed form. In this Ono-Style cutting, this method is suited for varieties such as Rogua, in which the number of shoots is relatively small. The shoots in the middle position are cut to 3 cm and thick shoots are cut to 6 cm. Thereafter, every year this process is repeated. At intervals of few years, the stump is cut down. Next method is medium cut pruning. In the first year of planting of the saplings, the pruning is carried out at low level, close to the ground. Later, from among the new shoots which are grown, only one is retained and the rest removed in the second year before the sprouting in the spring. When this shoot is cut at height of 50 to 150 centimeters, a large number of branches grow, but only 3 or 4 on the upper part are retained and the rest are removed. In the third year, branches with the few buds at the base which had grown the previous year are retained and the rest pruned before sprouting in the spring. In the fourth year, the first harvest is carried out for spring rearing of silkworms. And next one is Yamagata-Style Pruning. This trunk pruning is of non-fixed type. In the first year of planting, one healthy shoot is grown, and in the second year, before sprouting, this is cut at a height of 70 centimeters. In this way, when the main trunk is prepared, a large number of new shoots emerged. Gradually, pruning is done. Thereby, the mulberry becomes progressively taller, and after the few years, the spring pruned branches which had grown below are retained and the old trunk removed by cutting. Next is high cut pruning. In the first year of planting, the pruning is carried out in the same manner as for the medium cut, and in spring of the second year, the pruning is carried out at the height of 1.5 meters. At times, the pruning is also done at a height of 1 meter. In the third year, the pruning is done at a height of 1.5 to 2 meters and the stump head is prepared. Next, Chinese style of pruning. This is a tall stem pruning method of fixed type. The main stem is shortened and made into first stem. For this stem, 2 secondary branches are allowed to emerge, from each of which again 2 secondary branches are allowed to emerge to make a total of 4 branches. From each one of these branches, 2 branches are allowed to emerge, making the total to 8. Each one of these 8 branches is allowed to form the stump head. Last one is Akita style of pruning. This is a tall stem pruning method of non-fish type. In the first 1 or 2 years, the main stem is pruned to 1 to 1.5 meters. From the tip of the main stem, 2 secondary branches of 0.7 to 1 meters are pruned. In other words, before sprouting, each shoot is pruned and collected for sericulture in such a way that 20 centimeters of length is left behind. This way, the height of the plant is slowly increases. Thank you everyone for your kind gesture towards watching my presentation. Thank you.